What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we have an awesome battle submission from Zer Felrose, a fellow content creator. I'll have a link to his channel down in the description, but he was able to hit legend with Mantine, Gligar, and Whiscash, Shadow Gligar right there. So a very interesting ABB or ABA, depending on how you look at this coverage, because Gligar provides that great connection between being a flyer and a ground type, able to handle Lanturn and Bastiodon, as well as grass type Pokemon. A really cool combination right here with a Mantine lead. I haven't used Mantine a lot myself, but I really want to, and maybe this video is going to push me over the edge. So I hope you guys enjoy. Shout out to Zer. Congrats on legend. Let's go and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle, we have Mantine on the lead versus Well, here we go. How does this play out? We're going to see the Gligar safe swap, obviously, and we will see a Skarmory swap in, so a pretty tough situation to be in. Basically, two hard counters. Shadow Gligar doesn't do that well against the Skarmory because of the resisted wing attack damage and the resisted digs that don't do that much. And this is Shadow Gligar, so we will see a no shield right here, and this is ultimately going to come down to Whiscash. Is it going to be able to handle the back line, right? Skarmory's out. Whiscash does decent against the Skarmory, but we have to see what Pokemon number 3 is going to be. If it's anything like maybe Annihilape, it's going to be kind of tough. Now, Mantine's going to go ahead and come in, and this is a situation where it could get a bit dicey if a Brave Bird does land. We are going to see them no shield, and it's just going to be a Sky Attack, able to survive right there, loading up on some extra energy, and they're going to go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace now, hoping to knock out Skarmory, but Skarmory has a good amount of health left. Maybe it's just going to be knocked out. Yeah, it is going to be knocked out right there, and oh! Wow, okay. It is Lanturn and Charjabug. So Whiscash is sitting very, very comfy right here, as we will see the Surf land. This is going to be a very interesting endgame. I mentioned that Whiscash needs to have a decent matchup, and it doesn't get much better than Lanturn in the back. We will see a swap out now into Charjabug, and this is where things can get a bit dicey, right? They're going to go ahead and shield the X-Scissor here and then look to go for Scalds. They need to apply that debuff, and if they do get it, then the X-Scissors aren't going to be doing as much damage. They do get a shield there as well, and they do get the debuff. Perfect. They're going to be able to get another Scald off right here. Zer has an opportunity as well to potentially catch the charge move on Mantine, but that is definitely going to be tough, and they do! Perfect timing right there, as this is going to be X-Scissor. It is going to be resisted, so Charjabug will be able to farm down, but Mantine might be able to get to a Water Pulse in time, and it's looking like that is going to be the case because of the Scald debuff. Now, Water Pulse here is going to do a good amount of neutral damage. Charjabug, though, was able to fully farm down. Whiscash is, oh man, Lanturn has a Surf, or is very close to a Surf. We will see a no shield on the X-Scissor. We will see the second charge move, and I think that's going to be a good game, because Lanturn's just going to swap in and throw Surf right here. Let's find out. Yep, there it is. Oh, no! Charge attack priority! Whiscash is going to take it. Maybe Lanturn needed one more spark. Mud Bomb is going to be coming through. No! The Lanturn doesn't go down! I thought that was going to be enough. I thought it was. Zer goes down, but tell you what, double electric into this team. Good job. Close one. Alright, Mantine versus Annihilape. Really good lead right here, Wing Attack and Aerial Ace, and we will see a swap out into the Lickitung. Now, they don't necessarily have to swap out right away, right? They don't have a hard counter here for Lickitung. Gligar does well against Annihilape. Heck, even Whiscash does well against Annihilape, so we will see the Gligar swap in, and then hopefully a dig is going to be landing. But this is the tough thing about coming into a Lickitung with energy, is going to be the Body Slam spam, or maybe the Power Whip. It's going to be Body Slam that they decide to throw here, as two of them is definitely going to get Gligar low enough, so they're going to be forcing the first shield here from Zer Felrose, but Zer is perfectly fine overloading on energy and going for a dig now. I think this is going to do just enough damage to take out. If it doesn't, Lickitung is going to be extremely low. Wow, 1 health point. Okay, 1 health point away, and in comes a Skarmory. So this is looking to be a potential good game because Gligar can still do some decent chip damage here with Dig. Whiscash can do well with Scald against the Skarmory, and then obviously Mantine against the Annihilate. So we will see a second Dig right here. Skarmory likely going to be letting it go through. And now Whiscash is going to be doing its thing. 1 Scald is going to be enough, and they can easily survive a Brave Bird as well. It's not going to be enough to KO, so Zaire will decide to let this go. We might see the boom and dip here. It is going to be Brave Bird, so we will see the no swap out. They're going to go ahead and throw the Scald, and then Annihilate is going to get fast moved down basically by the a swap in actually to catch the charge move. They do get the attack debuff though, which is perfect. Mantine can easily go for Aerial Ace here just before a Shadow Ball can be thrown, which is the charge move you really got to look out for, as this is going to be getting a shield here from Annihilate. They obviously want to try to land the Shadow Ball, but Mantine can easily survive and let this go. And then fast move down and have a Water Pulse basically ready to go here for Skarmory, as that is going to be a good game. They're opting to go for Aerial Ace as the opponent decided to throw, so Mantine looking to give up the final shield right here. Sky Attack going to be blocked. Switch Clock is coming back up, so Mantine can easily throw the Aerial Ace here and potentially swap into Whiscash to get to the Scald, but the opponent decides to no-shield it, as they will try to go for the farm down, and they do wing attack each other down, and that's going to be a good game. Very well played. Alright, moving into the next battle, we have Mantine on the lead versus Vigoroth. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting matchup because Vigoroth does have access to Rock Slide, but thankfully Mantine is going to be resisting the counter damage. So we'll have to see what the Vigoroth is going to be doing, probably looking to go for a Rock Slide just out the gate, wanting to chunk some health, and Zaire is going to opt to shield right here as it was the Rock Slide. So a good call in terms of blocking the correct charge move, right, because it's always a 50-50 shot, as Water Pulse now is going to be shielded. Okay, so the opponent definitely does not want to see Mantine in the back, so maybe there's going to be another fighter back there, or maybe something like Whiscash, which really can't do anything to Mantine. So we'll have to see how Zaire decides to play this out, as Vigoroth is looking to throw another charge move. It is going to be the Rock Slide. Mantine is able to hang on, and Aerial Ace is going to be thrown, and I think this is just going to be enough, maybe 1 or 2 fast moves after. Nope, just enough damage to take it out, and it's because there was a Lurantis in the back. Well, Gligar is very happy. Maintaining switch advantage was obviously a big key right here, as the opponent is looking to go for a Leaf Blade. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna do a lot of damage, as the Leaf Blade will land. Gligar is able to hang on though and get to the Aerial Ace in time. Because the Shadow Gligar right here is very front-loaded on the fast move damage, the Lurantis is unfortunately going to get potentially fast move down before they can get to another one, and the final Pokemon is actually going to be a Charizard right here, so they're going to have to throw the Scald, and I think that was charge attack priority, which is unfortunate because Blast Burn is going to be landing. They could have had an opportunity to no, it wasn't charge attack priority. Perfect. They're going to be able to throw Scald right here. This is going to be enough damage to boom the Charizard wannabe dragon, boom, out of the sky, and then Lurantis coming back in. Oh, that would have been close. Had that fast move gone or done the damage, then Scald would not have been. Okay, it doesn't have a charge move. I want to say one more Leaf Blade will KO. All right, good battle. All right, moving to the next one. We have Mantine on the lead versus Annihilate. Really good lead once again. We'll have to see how the opponent decides to adjust. They will bring in Dugong right here. And this is what's cool about this team, is there is a lot of coverage for the top meta Pokemon. Dugong, one of my personal favorite, definitely a top meta Pokemon for the Great League, but Mantine can do well against it because of its water flying typing while still being able to do neutral damage with Wing Attack and Aerial Ace. Gligar, on the other hand, does not want to see a Dugong, so having this double flyer combination, but having different weaknesses is very powerful for this meta, as we will see Dugong get below 50% HP as another Aerial Ace is going to be coming through. Now, Zare's going to need switch advantage. I mean, he doesn't necessarily need switch advantage because he can absolutely dominate with Whiscash and Scald against the Annihilate, but he's going to need to get some more health away from the Dugong because a Mud Shot down or Wing Attack down from Gligar is just not going to cut it. So we will see another Aerial Ace come through right here. Zare likely just wanting to go for hard switch advantage, as he should be able to Wing Attack down. Ooh, actually, this is going to be close. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and shield. We'll have to see if he can get the Wing Attack farm down. The opponent might opt to swap out. Let's see. No, he's just going to go straight Aerial Ace. Just get rid of Dugong and pray that the Annihilate doesn't have Ice Punch, because that's obviously going to be the charge move to look out for. Skarmory is going to be coming in, is able to get a decent farm down. Whiscash is now going to be loading up on energy, and again, Whiscash's bulk is going to allow it to survive a Brave Bird. So if Skarmory is going to throw it here, we will likely see a swap out, which we do, into Annihilate. There we go, counter swap, and this is going to be a very, very close battle. Annihilate has a shield remaining. It's 0-1 situation here for Zare Felrose. Aerial, they let it go! Alright. Okay. Maybe trusting in Skarmory to try to win this game. I guess that could be a call if Skarmory does get enough energy. There's definitely a potential win condition there, but I thought for sure the Annihilate was going to use its shield in order to throw a Shadow Ball or an Ice Punch to get Gligar basically out of the game. So let's see here. Dig is going to land. The opponent now is throwing the charge move, but Whiscash once again is so bulky that they're going to have to go for a Sky Attack and a Brave Bird in order to win. So, no, never mind. Sorry, what am I thinking? Whiscash doesn't have a shield. It's going to be a boom. See ya. Okay, that was a perfectly fine play by my opponent, by the opponent. I completely forgot that Whiscash didn't have a shield for the end. All right, good battle. All right, we have Azumarill here on the lead. So this is actually a pretty good lead for him. He has to watch out for the play rough damage, but overall this team can do decent against Azumarill, even Gligar in some situations because of the neutral damage that it has. Now, Aerial Ace here is not going to do a lot, and Azumarill, for those of you who have been around the block for a while, Azumarill is the OG of OG meta Pokemon, and it is always going to be around. It's just one of those Pokemon that can easily fill onto your team, and you can run it because of its bulk and its coverage that it has for the Open Great League, as an Ice Beam is going to be thrown right there. Now, you guys saw how much damage that did. Not too much. Mantine's pretty bulky and Ice Beam's only neutral damage. But Aerial Ace and Wing Attack are really starting to add up now, where the Azumarill, if they get it low enough, is basically going to be a non-threat to Gligar in the back, even with the bubble super effective damage, as they will let the next Ice Beam go through, and then we are going to see another Aerial Ace. And this is where we're going to see the read from the opponent. If they want to give up a shield to maintain switch, no, they are totally fine going down, so they have another answer to Mantine, and sure enough they do. It's a Charge Bug. Whiscash, no, actually Gligar now coming in. They're going to save the Whiscash. I think this is a prediction that they are weak to fighters in the back. Let's take a look at what we saw. Azumarill on the lead, Fairy, Charge Bug right here, Bug. Odds are there's something weak to fighting or not strong against fighting in the back, and if it's not strong and it's weak, and it's at Skeledurge. Okay, so completely different setup, but Whiscash, it was the right call by Zare right there. Whiscash is able to take it. Alright, so I believe that was the first set. Was that the Legend set? No! 2987. Okay. Moving into the next battle. Mantine versus Gallade. Ooh, haven't seen Gallade in a hot minute. It was so much fun to use at the beginning of the season, as Greedent now is going to be swapping in. And I really... Actually, this is going to be a Bullet Seed Greedent as instead of Mud Shot. But Bullet Seed is going to be pretty spammy as well. It does have that neutral damage play, at least into the Mantine right here, whereas Mudshot's going to be resisted. But Body Slams and maybe, okay, yeah, it is going to be Body Slams, are just going to be flying through right here. Now, they do have good answers to Gallade in the back with the Shadow Gligar, so not too concerned once again with maintaining or needing to swap out, right, and keep Mantine alive. They'd rather just start putting down pressure and probably maintain switch advantage, which is going to be a tough thing to do, especially with a Greedent that has 2 shields. And, ooh, I don't think this is going to be enough to knock out, and the opponent might no shield predicting that. Okay, no, they just decide to shield anyways, as they're going to want to go for double body slams right here, and Mantine's definitely in a tough position where they need to maintain switch advantage because they want to align the Shadow Gligar to the Gallade. So, I feel like he just let this go, actually. No, he's deciding to shield, okay. I was expecting a Whiscash farm down, but looking to go for the Aerial Ace now to maintain switch. Will the opponent give up 2 shields? No, gonna go ahead and let it go. Let's see what decides to come in. It's gonna be Lanturn that does come in. So this is gonna be a good game. We will have Whiscash against Lanturn and Shadow Gligar versus Gallade. Now, Gallade can still hit like a truck. Psycho Cut and Leaf Blade is gonna be a deadly combination, so I wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, if this gets pretty dicey. Yeah, this is going to be a close one. Actually, Gallade might just take this game because Leaf Blade here is not enough to knock out the double Aerial Ace, but the Psycho Cut went through right there. The Psycho Cut went through. Gligar is going to go down. Whiscash is all that is left, and Gallade says, who cares if you have 2 flyers? You guys remember me from the beginning of this season. I can't boom it. It didn't one-shot. Come on. Here we go. Mud Bomb right here. Zerfelro's holding on with not 1 HP, like 7 HP in a dream. Spark Lanturn, unfortunately, might be too much. Even though it's going to be resisted because of the ground typing, the sparks are going to add up. Mud Bomb is just not... yeah, it's over. So that's going to be a good game. Gallade, right? Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade. I had so much fun using it this season. I'm sure you guys did too. Good battle. All right, moving to the next one. Mantine versus Whiscash here on the lead. Pretty good lead. Obviously pairs with something like a Skarmory as the anchor. One of the most classic cores in the Open Great League, and it can be reversed, right? So Skarmory lead, Whiscash in the back, or like this case, Mantine and Whiscash. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is back there. Now, because of that, Zera is going to make decisions likely based on that potential information as the opponent is deciding to stay in as Scalds there just aren't doing enough damage. So maybe there's an Annihilate, something else weak. Let's find out. They're going to go ahead and look to go for another Scald. Zera is sitting totally fine right here. Can actually go for the aggressive wing attack farm down because the next Scald is not going to be enough to KO. And they do get the full farm down. Beautiful. Now let's see what comes in. It is going to be Lickitung. Alright, it's Skarmory in the back. It's got to be. Water Pulse right here going to be doing a lot of neutral damage. I could be completely wrong, by the way, but that's just my call. Maybe something spicy like Talonflame. Even Talonflame's really not spicy, let's be honest. But in terms of the top meta flyers, it's not Skarmory or Altaria or Gligar. So Gligar now coming in, and it's actually going to be Gligar in the back. So that does make sense. A bit better in terms of coverage because Skarmory is very polarized, right? It beats what it's supposed to and it loses bad to everything that it's not supposed to beat, as we will see Whiscash now swap in. So Whiscash, though, kind of in a tough position. Dig and Aerial Ace are going to be doing a good amount of damage, and the Scald is going to be enough to KO, but they don't have enough energy, and they just get to it in time. So now Zer is going to be forced to no-shield right here, as the Aerial Ace is going to be landing. Whiscash, though, is going to be able to get either a shield or knock out this Gligar, and if the opponent plays this with a shield, which they do, they're going to be able to farm down. And because of the attack debuff, they're going to be able to get a lot of energy, as a Mud Bomb now is going to be coming through at the last second. Zer's trying to throw a Hail Mary shield bait right here, and he gets it. He does get the shield. We do see Lickitung now swap in, and that Mud Bomb that Zer threw was critical in order to potentially win this game, because now it's the zeros for a 2-0 Gligar, as we will see a no shield? A no shield on the body slam, so now it's going to be a double shield on the wing attack, or the Aerial Ace here, and that should be a good game. He can easily throw his own, and that'll be enough damage to knock out the opponent's Aerial Ace. So definitely won this game because of the Mud Bomb there at the last second with 1 health point on that Whiscash, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Alright, moving to the next one. We have Mantine on the lead versus Whiscash once again. So we saw that Whiscash was paired with Gligar. This time it's paired with Mandibuzz, as we do see that swap in. They do have a decent answer for the mirror, but ultimately, if you're Zaire, you're going to have to swap out of this at some point. And then you got to start wondering, was Mandibuzz the safe swap because there's a Skarmory in the back? And if that's the case, you got to keep Whiscash alive in order to potentially handle that. So we will see Gligar actually come into this matchup, as Wing Attack and Aerial Ace is still going to do a decent amount of neutral damage. Now Zaire's opting to give up a shield here, and it is going to be the Dark Pulse to stop that heavy neutral charge move, as an Aerial Ace now is going to be thrown. But this is the Flying Umbreon, everyone. The Dark Flying Mandibuzz here is going to be able to easily tank, especially if they start giving up shields, because they're looking to potentially go for switch advantage, as the second Aerial Ace is now being thrown by Shadow Gligar. The opponent lets it go. Switch Clock is back up, and Whiscash is coming right in. And Zaire knows that he has to start chunking some health. He cannot risk going for a dig before the Scald tries to land. And now we will see the potential catch on Mantine, and he does catch the charge move, keeping Gligar alive. I'm smiling, Zaire's smiling, Scald was caught, and this is now a very good situation for Zaire to be in, because the Aerial Ace and Wing Attack here are going to be doing enough neutral damage to get rid of the Whiscash, and it's actually going to be Charge-a-Bug in the back. So not what I thought in terms of Skarmory. I was thinking Double Flyer, but still somewhat similar coverage, because they're able to handle grass with this bug typing, as Whiscash now is going to be coming in, and this is looking to be a good game, as they can easily let the X Scissors go through. Scald is going to be the charge move needing to be thrown, especially if the opponent tries to swap out and catch the charge move on Mandibuzz. You do not want to get caught throwing a Mud Bomb into a sacrificial swap. But there's the Wombo combo there from the shiny Mandibuzz in the back, and he's going to let it go. He's going to let the Dark Pulse go through, able to hang on and throw the Scald right here. And if that Snarl did not knock out, we're going to have to see a fast swap into the Gligar, which is going to be the case, as we will see Gligar versus Charge-a-Bug right now, and Charge-a-Bug unfortunately is going to be surrendering. So that is going to be a good battle, very well played. All right, moving to the next one. We have Whiscash again. What is that? 3 in a row? 4 in a row? Whiscash leads, this time a normal Whiscash and a Mandibuzz safe swap. So maybe it is Charge-a-Bug in the back. Maybe someone made this team. You guys can let me know down in the comments if another creator did make it, because if there's trends happening with teams, it's either from PvPoke or it's from a content creator, and we all know that, unless it's Old Faithful, Bastiodon, Double Razor Leaf, or Bastiodon Victory Bell, and Wigglytuff. So Mantine, I think he's just going to run the playbook once again, just soften up the Mandibuzz, and then swap in the Gligar right here, which is exactly what is going to happen. Dark Pulse now looking to be thrown, and Zaire's going to go ahead and give up that first shield. Maintain the health here on Gligar, knowing that he can easily overload on energy and have plenty in the back for that Charge-a-Bug for the Whiscash. Now, we can't be certain that it is Charge-a-Bug, but if it rhymes, I mean, you know, it could be the same team. A Mandibuzz safe swap is very iconic, so let's see how this is going to play out as a Dark Pulse does land. We do see Whiscash swap back in, so just like last game, the opponent wanting to lock themselves in to switch switch alignment, but ultimately it's misalignment, because the Mantine is going to be able to come in. Now this time Zaire was not able to have Switch Clock up soon enough, so the Scald will be landing right here for super effective damage, but he can come in with his own Mantine and look to go for actually a good call right there, overloading on energy. He's going to need double charge moves in order to have pressure on the back versus Pokemon number 3 or the Mandibuzz, as he will decide to go for Aerial Ace there after getting the back-to-back. This is a good habit to be in. Don't throw the charge move right away when you have an opportunity to overload on energy. Now let's see. Oh no, it's Alolan Ninetales. That's even worse, as a Water Pulse is going to be coming through. Shadow Whiscash has a very tall order in front of it as it does get a shield. And this is going to be a close game because Whiscash needs 3 Scalds, right? 1 for the shield, 1 for the Ninetales, and 1 for the Mandibuzz. And I don't know if it's going to be able to do it in time. Alolan Ninetales has always been a threat. It's always been looming. I used an Alolan Ninetales team earlier this season, just a little while back. Here we go. There's the swap. Going for the... Oh, going for the Mud Bomb. Good call. Good call. The Mud Bomb here is going to be enough damage. I was going to say he's not making it to Scald in time. Mud Bomb is going to be enough. Scald is going to be thrown. The Shadow Alolan Ninetales. Can it hang on? Let's find out. I don't think it does. No, it does. Attack drop, though. Oh, no. They get to the Weather Ball in time. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Whiscash unfortunately goes down in Alolan Ninetales. Easy one. Good games there. All right. How many Whiscash? Give me a Mandibuzz safe swap. Let's find out. This is like 5. Okay, clearly there's a meta at 2900 elo where it's Whiscash and a flyer or something to cover grass in the back. So we'll have to see what it's going to be as they go ahead and let this first charge move go through. Yeah. Okay. It's pretty rare to see this many same leads in a row. I don't know. This could be a chopped up battle submission, but from the previous one, it looks like a straight set, right? Because he's obviously on the cusp of legend, so these are all just probably straight in a row, which means he was able to get 4 Whiscash leads in a row, 3 Shadow and 1 normal, which is very interesting that that's the meta at the 2900 range, because now we get to see what is going to be in the back, as Mantine's going to be able to put pressure here on the Whiscash that does go down. Lickitung? No, it's going to be Talonflame. Okay, so it is something to cover grass. Obviously, if you're going to have a lead like Whiscash, you need coverage in the back. That is how good teams are built, as we will see a Water Pulse. Oh, it lands. The Talonflame was not ready for that one. And Talonflame is going to be forced to throw the charge move. The question is, what is Pokemon number 2 or number 3 going to be? Obviously, Whiscash is coming into this matchup, but Fly is still going to do an incredible amount of damage. So Zare needs to be very careful right here with what he decides to let go through. He will let Flame Charge go. Wow, good bait, or a good call on the bait right there, as he's going to go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb now. This is going to be resisted, but it might just be enough damage. But it does force a shield regardless, as the opponent doesn't want Whiscash alive. Maybe they're extremely weak to it in the back, as the next Mud Bomb is going to be getting shield number 2. Okay, they really don't like Whiscash, and if they don't like Whiscash, odds are they don't like Gligar either, because of the shared ground coverage. So let's find out. Whiscash is able to get to the next Mud Bomb. Pokemon number 3. What is it going to be? Be a Bastiodon, be something like that. Let's see. No, it's going to be Skeledirge, so that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right. I think, yeah, that was the final battle of that set. 2987, 29, okay, there we go. Able to hit Legend, so that is going to be, that's a good job there, Zare. This team was pretty cool. As you guys all get, we have the clothing supply. I'm sure you guys have gotten hundreds of these clothes. I don't know how many sandals you need, but I've got a lot, as it looped back to the front. So Zerferos, cool team here. Mantine, Whiscash, and Shadow Gligar. Great coverages, as you guys saw, against the meta, and overall great performance. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.